Now, just hours before the opening ceremony of the Parisian Olympics, there's been a massive security scare. Arsonists carried out a series of attacks on France's high-speed train network, which caused a major travel disruption. France's Transport Minister Patrice Vergriet described the acts as criminal. The incident has affected over 800,000 passengers. Now, the attacks took place despite the heightened security throughout the French capital. Tens of thousands of troops and police have been deployed to guard against any threat to the global sporting spectacle. The state-owned railway operator SNCF reported that arsonists had damaged signal boxes along the lines connecting Paris with cities such as Lille in the north, Bordeaux in the west, Strasbourg in the east. Another attack on the Paris-Marseille line was foiled by the officials. Now, the SNCF has said that it expects the disruption to continue throughout the weekend while repairs are conducted.
The investigation is ongoing. I don't have any details. As the Minister of Transport says, I think the Ministry of the Interior is mobilizing. We know that there are police checks that are being carried out. There are a lot of forensic police elements that are being looked at. I think the idea is to find as quickly as possible the irresponsible people who committed this coordinated attack against the French network.
Now, there was no immediate claim of responsibility and no indication of whether the action was politically motivated. Now, France's intelligence and security forces have been mobilized in response to the arson attacks, according to Prime Minister Gabriel Attal. International Olympic Committee President Thomas Bach has rallied his support behind the French authorities and has said that he has full confidence in the French authorities.
No, I don't have concern. We have full confidence in the French authorities. All the measures are being taken, and the French authorities are assisted by 180 other intelligence services around the world, and not only by information. Some of them are even deploying their human resources, and so we have good reasons to have full confidence.
All right, now to give us a sense of what's in fact happening at this moment in the French capital, Paris, we've got our sports editor Digvijay Singh Deo, who's in the thick of things. It's in fact in Paris at this moment covering the Olympics, and he's joining us live. Digvijay, give us a sense of what the mood is like out there in Paris for the 2024 Games.
You know, Saleh, I'm standing, if you can see over my right shoulder, is the famous Notre Dame Cathedral. In fact, I'm standing on a bridge. I'm just going to turn the camera around. You can see this bridge, lots of police people sitting there. The boats are going to go right from here. And if I'm going to turn this around, and you can see behind me all these people standing, that's the route this boat parade is going to take. Lots of people here at Saint Michel, where we are. We tried to get to the Eiffel, but all the roads are shut. All the traffic in terms of diverting traffic, that's in place. You can't get into central Paris. It's in complete lockdown. Even the metro, all the metro trains which go along the Seine, they're all shut. So I decided, having been to Paris before, I came to Notre Dame. And that's the best place to sort of get the mood of Paris. In fact, as you can see, I'm just going to turn my camera and you can just see so many people have already assembled here. You don't need tickets to come here, Saleh. If you are towards the Eiffel Tower, which is about 3 kilometers further downstream, that's where the ticketing seats are, you can sit. But here, it's about the people of Paris, the tourists of Paris who've come here to enjoy this once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. If you have time, I can actually go and talk to a few people.
Absolutely. Go ahead, Digvijay. Talk to the people there. Go ahead, talk to the people there, find out what they feel about the Parisian Games this year.
Yes, so right here I have with me a couple who've come from Germany. You're live on Indian television. We are WION. Are you here in Paris specifically for the Olympic Games, or are you in Paris on holiday and you decided to take in the drama of the Olympic Games?
We are here for the Olympic Games.
Okay. And have you ever seen anything or heard anything like this, that anyone can go and see the opening ceremony? The opening ceremonies are usually very restricted.
Yes.
But, yeah? Yes. So looking forward to seeing and cheering for your country's boat.
So we are looking forward.
Okay. Okay, that's a couple from Germany, Saleh. In fact, I have a few volunteers here from the organizing committee as well. If you could please join me and tell us, where are you guys from? Where are you from?
From Paris.
You're from Paris. What does it mean for Paris and the French people to host an Olympic Games like this? It's happening after a century. Its last Paris Olympic Games was in the year 1924.
I think it's really crazy to see all of these nationalities and all of these people, and yeah, it's amazing.
But you know, lots of expectations. This is going to be a very special ceremony. Are you expecting more crowds? And is this the best part about the Olympic Games opening ceremony, that anyone can come and be a part of this opening ceremony?
Yeah, but unfortunately it's a bit close. Here, people are not going to see something, but yeah, it's a bit disappointing, but it's okay. It's going to be the good atmosphere.
Okay, good atmosphere, she says, Saleh, because security is the buzzword. If I could just turn this camera around, and I want to show you the security. So just see behind me, this is a bridge, and on the bridge you can see the police personnel over there. If I turn around this way where the Cathedral Notre Dame is, there are police people with sniper rifles. You know, it's never happened before, an audacious ceremony like this, because it's usually sanitized, it's usually inside the stadium, but for the first time it's open. So many security people on the streets, helicopters buzzing overhead. It's a nightmare, but if they pull this off, it's going to be magnificent.
It's going to be magnificent. It is, of course, the biggest sporting spectacle in the world. And the Parisians obviously are excited because it's happening in the city of Paris after a span of 100 years. But the mood there has been soured because of the sabotage attacks that have taken place on the railway service in Paris. Give us a sense of how the French police and security apparatus is responding to that.
Well, I think that happened in the morning, and while a different set of officials are working on trying to restore lines, I'm told one of every 3 trains is now running, Saleh. I think the attention is now shifted at least for the next 4 or 5 hours to the opening ceremony, just simply because of what it's going to take to ensure that this entire ceremony goes off without a hitch. Everyone's here, 45,000 security personnel on the ground. I've met security people from Portugal here, from other parts of Europe who are here, who are helping out the French authorities as well. There are more than 10,000 army personnel out there along the Seine to secure this area. I'm told even on rooftops there are snipers, because after what happened in the US with the former US President Donald Trump, no one wants to take any risk. If you go further down towards the Eiffel, which is about 3 kilometers from where I am at the moment in Saint Michel, that's a completely sanitized zone, because that's where the VVIPs are. And it's going to be a magnificent setting, because the boat parade will end there, Saleh. And on one side, you have the Eiffel Tower, which gives the backdrop. In fact, there's a camera positioned right at the top of the Eiffel, looking down at the Trocadero, which is where this opening ceremony is going to happen. So as far as what happened this morning, there's a lot of anxiety, there's a lot of chaos. A lot of people were trying to get out of Paris. They're still stuck, and hopefully this gets resolved very soon. But it's something which is a huge shame.
Absolutely, indeed. Digvijay Singh Deo, thank you very much indeed for joining us with all those updates. We'll, of course, come back to you as things, of course, get started in Paris. But for now, though, this, of course, is the greatest sporting spectacle in the world. And Paris is gearing up for the biggest games that it is hosting after a span of 100 years there. For all the latest news, download the WION app and subscribe to our YouTube channel.